We're back. Alex and Brian are back together, reunited, and it feels so good. Alex, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Longest 3 weeks of my life, but vamos Toros, baby.
Welcome everyone to Toro Talk, the official podcast of your San Antonio Toros, brought to you by Pick and Pull Auto Parts, Big Red, and South Texas Spine and Surgical Hospital. Huge thanks for them for partnering. I'm joined with my good buddy. It's been 3 weeks. You said it was a long 3 weeks.
It's tough.
You were busy. Then I was in the Dominican Republic, and now we're back together. And the season's over, man.
Yeah,
the season's over, and I'm excited to do this, and we'll talk about it later. But we'll continue to touch base, right? I'm not going to lose you, right? This isn't our goodbye.
No, not at all. This is going to be a good show where we'll talk a little bit about Tall City Black Gold and some news. We'll go through some other fun segments for you too. And then, we're going to keep a pulse on this thing in the off season. We'll have a regular cadence of shows for our fans to watch and keep you updated on all the wonderful things the Toros are doing in and around San Antonio during the off season.
Man, Alex is a pro, man. Like he took like a year off, and then he comes back. I disappear for 2 weeks. We don't do a show together, and look at Alex doing the transitions. So we're gonna go right into the Big Red news of the week. Big Red news. We're gonna go down to the press release that came out on June 24th, the last time an episode of Toro Talk came out. The ownership group celebrated an outstanding 2026 season and plans to conclude the campaign with the final game against Tall City that we're going to review. Alex, without reading this word for word, because I know Josh loves everyone repeating what he says. I'm not going to repeat that, but the season's over, right? What else do you take from this press release?
Well, I'll give my take quickly, but I was more interested in yours on this one. But, it's a commitment to the community. And I think we've seen this ownership group and this franchise really embrace the community and, be involved, offer things for, some of the youth kids, the dance team, the dancers, the players being involved. And this is just another way that we're laying permanent roots in the community, in the football community in San Antonio. So that's my take when I see this. And I think it'll be great for us to have a facility. I think it'll be great for another opportunity for us to bond and provide a service for some of these young aspiring football players.
Yeah, the training facility obviously is the huge news here. And take the last paragraph or the last sentence. The Toros are committed to building a sustainable, fan-focused professional football franchise that honors its historic roots and creates new opportunities for players, staff, and the San Antonio community. It's a home run again. Man, the league's falling apart around and has to restructure or whatever it's doing, right?
Yeah.
And the San Antonio Toros continue to hit home runs. It doesn't matter what they do; they're hitting home runs. To set up a training facility for a team that did not exist a year ago, and to have those goals, and to seem like there's a plan in place for those goals, it's not just a pipe dream, right? Mm-hmm. It's not, and we'll talk about later about like some of the things that the league said was going to do that never came to fruition. But like everything that this franchise has said has come to fruition.
Can't argue with that. I mean, they did every single thing. And I want to say something really quickly here too, Webb. There have been some people out there that have, I don't say poo-pooed on the league, but I've seen some negative comments, and that's fine. They're entitled to it. But I've seen some people taking some shots even at times at our ownership group. And I just want to tell them they need to get in their lane, because to think about what these guys have done in such a short amount of time, and our franchise was one of three that actually pulled it off. And I even think our whole operation was elite when compared to the other teams. I'll just put it out there. But for those that want to be critical, I'd like to see you do it, because what these guys did was monumental to be able to pull this season off. I just want to be clear about this. This wasn't an easy task. I tip my cap to the players, the coaches, the ownership team, everybody involved with this. And I'll say this, if other people had put the same amount of effort in that the Toros had put in, we might have more than three teams standing right now. I'm just going to call it like it is.
Exactly. All right, next news, Alex, with his little rant. I love it. I love it.
That our guys, they can take their 7 viewers that they get on their podcast, and hopefully I don't tick them off, because I'm sure they're not watching me.
The news at the league, the season's over. Obviously, that's what the press release. The next news is that things are still happening with this franchise. Like, there's not another franchise that has put anything that happens after the games are over, because the season's not going to go to end in the championship. All that, like, it concludes this week, right, with the matchup between the Syndicate and the Tall City,
Yep.
and then it concludes. It's over. There, you have a franchise here that, hey, guess what? We're going to do a Matador Cheers and Dance Clinic. Like, think about that. It's not just about football play. You're talking about the little girls in the area of San Antonio. Like,
Yeah.
For a franchise to be able to multitask, it's an amazing concept. Multitask. It's absolutely insane. I'm married to a realtor, so like I see multitasking all the time. Like even on vacation, she's texting from the pool side, of multitasking, doing this, and then by the way, we're also drinking and partying at the beach as like we're kids again. But anyways, by the way, fun fact, I did talk about the Maulers on my vacation. How about that?
Holy cow!
I met a couple from Pittsburgh, and
That's
I said,
wonderful.
Hey, you ever hear that? There are a couple pops. It's not my icebreaker to be like, hey, you know the Maulers, but we talked about the Maulers. It was good.
I love it. I love it. But again, this is, if you think about the UFL, that's been one of the rubs on the UFL is with the hub model, is that they aren't getting the community involvement that is needed to really drive the fan base. What I hope is that we'll see more fans. I think when the word gets out, because if you think about it, we really didn't have a lot of ramp up time for selling tickets, for getting exposure and whatnot. I mean, it was a quick turn from the time this team was founded until we kicked off. But I think it's that community involvement. And, that's one of the things in the UFL they've said, hey, it's missing. And our guys are going out of their way. Guys and girls are going out of their way to make sure that we bond with the greater San Antonio community.
Next news item, Stan Bedwell. We're going to talk about the win this weekend, but 100 wins as a head coach. It's a big deal, right? It's a huge deal because, first of all, he's won on the professional level before. And to be able to get a guy like that in this league, he's a younger coach, so obviously he's got a bright future, and he seems so dedicated to the Toros. Like it's another home run. Like, I know I keep saying that, and that's kind of been my trademark. Yeah, and they probably should clip that and put it on our commercial. Another home run, another home run, another. That's all I say on the show. Yeah. Alex's beautiful face, and I say another home run. But
now you do home run on the front and so long everybody on the back.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. But Bedwell getting 100 wins, this is absolutely huge, man. Like, I tip my hat with the Toro hat. By the way, Josh, I'll send you my address. I love that Toro hat.
That's pretty sweet. The other thing about these guys too, all the coaches, and again, congratulations, Coach Bedwell, 100 wins. That's not easy to do at any level. They were so well coached this year. When you think of the time that we had for install, for putting guys in the right places, that abbreviated preseason, and I know how much goes into getting a team ready to kick off. Such a short season, such a short preseason, and to see that team perform like they did, so well coached, very few missed assignments. You didn't have guys running out on the punt team that shouldn't be there, and it was just solid. They just did a great job. So hats off to those guys.
Yeah, class of the league. You talk about their performance, and we're going to bring up, of course, Bedwell tweeted this 5-0.
I'd
average
tweet that
51. What's that?
I'd tweet that too. Yeah, if my 51, team put up stats like this, I'd tweet that a couple times.
51 points per game, giving up less than a touchdown. Absolutely insane. 360 yards through the air, another 113 on the ground, and then the defense gave up nothing.
That's ridiculous.
Those are video games numbers on rookie mode.
Yeah. That's ridiculous.
As the old ball coach here, as an old ball coach, what number jumps out to you the most? You only can pick one, Alex. Don't give me the political. I'm gonna give you all the answers. Give me one.
I'm gonna go against the grain because I know you're thinking I'm looking at that offense and what I'd go after, but I'm gonna say you averaged giving up 22 rushing yards a game. Nobody's gonna beat you when they can run for 22 yards a game. I mean, that is just a non-existent ground game. And we talked about it all year. Our front guys, our linebackers, our defense was so much better than any other front they faced. They absolutely dominated in the trenches. So that really jumps out at me. 22 yards a game on the ground we gave up. Did I shock you with that one?
A little bit you did, but the one that I think you're kind of aiming to try to take one of mine without me being able to say it.
Trying to
And
be
it
like
didn't work, Alex. It didn't work. You know you should know me better than this. 29 points per allowed for the whole season. Think about that.
Amazing.
Like when you're blowing out teams and you're coach, when you
Yep.
give up that prevent defense touchdown.
Yeah.
And I know this is a league of opportunity, right? So the guys are gotta like they don't get comfortable winning, you know what I mean? But natural tendency, human tendency is to pull back and be like, hey man, we're up 51-0.
Right.
Like, right. But they strived to keep it to average below a touchdown. Come on, man.
It's amazing. And then if I'm going to be honest with myself, that 362 a game through the air jumps out at me. Holy mackerel. That's huge numbers there. So yeah, this is like you said, video game numbers. This is like playing beginner level and you've been playing the video game for 20 years. We were by far the class of the league. No question about it.
And then the last news piece before we jump into the game against Tall City. The Big Bull Award was, the Big Bull Award, the Leo Sites Bull Award was given to Dran Hill.
Yeah. You remember on one of our very first shows, I called him out. I think it might have been after the Tennessee Hornets game, if you remember. Said that dude was all over the field. He made some big hits on special teams. He was all over the place. One of our Division III guys we previewed before the season started. How about that? Mary Hardin Baylor.
There you go. The alma mater of another Mauler, Keith Gibson Jr.
There we go. Shout out. Hammer time.
As far as awards,
so Duran Hill was given the award. I think you talked about it. Coach Bedwell talked about it. Just a dog, man.
Yeah.
Just a dog. And like he is right. Like, how do you pick one guy? How do you pick one guy for an award? But Duran Hill deserves that. And like you said, this is a league of opportunity. And for a D3 guy to come out, and there were D1 guy, the guy from Louisville, the UTSA guys, all those guys are around, and he comes out and shines. Hats off to Duran Hill.
He was our leading tackler too this year. More tackles than any of them. So yeah, great job.
Right, that was our Big Red news of the week. We're going to hear from Big Red, and then we'll come back and talk a little bit of the game against Tall City.
It's good to be different. Big Red, deliciously different.
Still different. Big Red is a proud sponsor and partner of Toro Talk. Alex, we just talked about the defense dominating. 46-24, the majority of the points they've given up all year were in this one game.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the defense first. Why so many points given up? We've come to expect that they're winning game 51-0. Is it because they have a lot of tape out there? Is it because Glanville tried a little different thing? Is it because they knew it was the last game of the season? Is it because why do you think they give up 24 points? Because that it's probably the only segment we can do in all the games this season where we're like, hey, how come this wasn't amazing?
Yeah, I think we got to give credit to Ace because on the last show, he talked about Trey Goodman of UTEP, the quarterback for Tall City, and that we didn't see him in game one. And Ace was saying that he thought that he could pose some problems because he was a dual threat quarterback, could run and throw. And that's exactly what happened. I call it the run for your life offense. And you're not going to beat many people running the run for your life offense. But if you have a good quarterback like Trey Goodman, he's going to make a play or two. And he did a really good job of extending plays with his feet, scrambling around, and then hitting open receivers. And they hit us with a couple. But, again, I looked at it and I thought, these guys are pros too. This is a Division I athlete from UTEP. And, they have other Division I athletes on their team, and they're pros, and they're going to make plays. So I don't think it was as much what we didn't do. I did feel a little bit like, and I think it's human nature, you get up 31-0 and it was 31-0 quickly and you're cruising and, you've coached, you've played, you got this one. And I think sometimes there is a tendency to let down. I think in the second quarter, we let down a little bit. But, Still won by 3 touchdowns. Everybody's talking about Tall City, and I saw the post and fight hard and play hard. And that's great. Yeah, you guys did. Throw up a banner. We only lost by 22. I mean, we still won by 3 touchdowns. So I give all the props to Trey Goodman. He was their guy. He kept plays alive. He throws the ball really well. Highly, highly impressed with him. But it was more of the same. They couldn't block us. They couldn't run the football. Dude just made a few plays on us.
So let's go through the defense numbers. Josh just sent these over, the official numbers. McGahee had 7 tackles, 2 for loss, and a sack. Duran Hill, big bull energy winner, 5 tackles, half a sack. It just seems like more of the same. Everyone did their part. No one stood out amazingly. Like you just had a guy that had 15 tackles. Everyone did their part. You look at the tackles for loss, and you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 10, 11, 12, 13 guys that have registered at least a half of tackle for loss. Think about it. 13 guys. You have a roster. How big's the roster, Alex? How big's the roster?
36.
36. You divide that in half, right? Offense, defense. That's 18. 13 out of the 18 guys have a tackle for loss.
That's crazy, isn't it?
And we started the segment talking about disappointment. Not in the way that we're really disappointed in the team, but like finally for the first time we could talk about, hey, this is something at least. Yeah. We're not killing teams 51-0.
Hey, our defense got a score too. Obi with the pick 6 brought one back. So that's another game where the defense has actually put points on the board for us too.
Yeah, definitely. Actually, I think our defense has scored more points than they've given up.
I think you're right. Yeah,
I really do.
Yeah.
I for the next episode, that will be my homework. All right, let's flip it over to the offensive side. Will Warnart, 26 of 39, 300 yards perfectly. It almost seems like he always ends up at 300. Like it's almost like planned. All right, get out of bounds here. Give me 300. 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. So we didn't take care of the ball 100%. Nate Hayden comes in 1 of 2, 21 yards. Passing game, it's still a B+ or higher, right? All the time.
Yep, more of the same.
And we talk about the distribution. It seemed like it went to the receivers a lot more this time, right? Because you got Chris Carpenter that had 8 catches, Eccles Luber had 6, Legendre had 6, and Oscar had 4, and then 3 other guys had 1. It seemed like they had targets that they had to go to, and it was going to them.
Absolutely, hitting the right guys.
Anyone that stood out for you on the offensive side? I know we could talk to rushers. Jalen Jackson had 59 rushing yards. Henry and Carpenter had 1 too.
Yeah, Jalen's got some shake. He really does. He's pretty tough. I see he had 9 carries, 59 yards. That's pretty doggone good. And that's about we averaged over 6 yards a carry for the season running the football. It would be probably the trendy pick to go with Will Arndt. But, other than a couple of throws, he made a couple throws, one on an out ball that was intercepted. They were just behind people, a couple of balls that weren't very good throws, but you really can't fault his production. Each game, getting around 300 yards, he's going to be somewhere around 65% pass completions every game. I think on the season, 17 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. He just does a lot, and he has a good command of the offense, good control of the offense.
And not one guy scored more than 1 touchdown. It was 5 different guys scored a touchdown between the rushing and receiving.
Spreading around.
All right, Alex, I'm putting you on the hot seat. Wait, what'd you say?
I was just going to say, as we wrap up Tall City, the story of the game, though, again, was up front, offense and defensive line. It has been all year. We just have such an unbelievable competitive advantage. And that held true yet again this past weekend. So that closes the book on them. We dominated them. Their quarterback made a few big plays. We won by 3 scores. See you next year.
See you next year. All right, Alex. My hot topic question for you before we go to pick and pull or South Texas. Who's your pick for the player of the game this week?
Oh, man.
You want me to go first?
You go first.
All right. I'm going Duran Hill.
Oh, my God. There you go. Yep.
Well, he had 5 tackles. He had a half of sack, a half a tackle for loss. He was all over the place. I just think without having offensive line like PFF numbers, you can't really call them all out without breaking down the film. I'm sure Bedwell and his staff can. You can't choose an offensive line guy. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like you can't. But I would say the offensive line has been pretty impressive.
They have been. I would probably say I'd go again with the trendy pick, and I'd say Will Arndt. But I tell you, the guy that I really have enjoyed watching play this year is my man Javier Edwards. He took an offensive lineman in that game and just picked him up and threw him back into the quarterback. And even though, like, you look at the stats and you say, well, he's, he had a half a tackle or this, that, and another. He's so disruptive. He's always in the backfield running around. And it is funny watching him back there just wreaking havoc on people. But Javier, man, if you're listening, I'd love to have you on the show and find out how you can put all that speed in such a big body. Because, man, you're a tough one to handle.
All right, and Alex, I didn't expect you to go there. I really didn't. I commend you. I commend you. Normally, you take the pretty guys.
I used to coach defensive backs, man. I can't leave my defensive guys hanging all the time. Come on.
I got you. All right, we're gonna go to a quick commercial break with South Texas Spine and Surgical Hospital. Then we'll come back and we will discuss some hot topics that me and Alex need to talk about right here on Toro Talk.
South Texas Spine and Surgical Hospital and Outpatient Center is named one of the top 5 hospitals in the state of Texas for joint procedures. Our integrated approach ensures a smooth journey from diagnosis to recovery. We are a tradition of excellence and a legacy of caring.
South Texas Spine and Surgical Hospital, a proud partner since day one for Toro Talk. All right, Alex, my hot topic. We didn't prep for this. Season's over. Right? Season's over. Undefeated. Obviously, we talked about domination. Did they get rings like me? Did they get national championship rings like me?
Nice. I like that.
Does Josh open the piggy bank, or I'm just wondering? Are we? Do you think it's fair enough to declare them the champion?
Oh, I do.
Okay.
Absolutely, 100%. To me, I mean, they not only did they beat everybody on their schedule. Everybody they put in front of them, they beat them convincingly. Again, not to take away from Tall City, but we beat them by 3 touchdowns. That's, they came the closest.
Yeah.
And I think the sample size in the North is small because they only played like 1 game and Cincinnati played a couple, but what do your eyes tell you?
Yeah.
If you saw anybody else, right.
I guess my question would be, for the sake of unity with the other teams in the South Division and respect, because they made it all the way, right? They made it all the way, and they look like they do have a future. And like you said, they have some talent. It's not an outfit that's not trying to find good talent, good football talent, a step above the semi-pro level, AA baseball, right? They're at the AA level. They just got outworked by a team that has my go-to line, hits home runs all the time. Mm-hmm. But all right, then here's my question, because I think we both agree, and I think it's a stupid question. Looking back on it, it's a stupid question. Like, obviously, they're the champs. Who's number 2?
Wow. Based on what I saw last week in Tall City, they improved a lot. They really improved a lot, and they are much better with Trey Goodman at quarterback. He's a difference maker.
Okay. All right. That was all my hot topics. I don't think there's many hot topics here. We talked about how dominant the Toros have been. Yeah. We'll talk more in a second. We're in our pick and pull auto parts segment, but I just wanted to know who is second, and would you have a championship ring?
I don't have a championship ring, but I do have a question for you. I noticed you were looking down when we came back, and so was I. Were you checking the USA score?
I was not.
I was. They're up 1-0. For all you football fans that may be watching.
Yeah. Well, America's going soccer crazy. My favorite part of this is if you go through social media and the Europeans coming over here and they're just amazed by like America and food and all this kind of stuff. And it's so cool.
Chick-fil-A and air conditioning. It's like, holy cow.
Come on, Alex. All right. When we come back, we're going to hear from Pick and Pull Auto Parts. Me and Alex, we're getting a little bit of a genie.
Oh, let's do it.
Mood. All right. Right here on Toro Talk.
Don't want that old car but don't know what to do? Call Pick and Pull and turn that old car into cash. We buy more because we pay more, running or not, and we'll pick it up free. Pick and Pull has the largest inventory in South Texas with over 4,500 parts cars, so we need to buy. Go to pickandpullsa.com for more details. Pick and Pull. We buy more because we pay more.
More to pick, less pull from your budget. Now that's Pick and Pull.
Thank you to Pick and Pull Self-Service Used Auto Parts for being a sponsor. And they get their own segment. They've always had their own segment. There were plays that we could dissect, but we got a whole off season now to dissect football.
Oh, yeah.
So I decided we're going to make this kind of like a debate thing. We tried this, I think like episode 2, episode 3, a debate thing, like a question after we went through all the rules for the continental shift. We're genies. We're conjoined twins as a genie. So we only can grant 3 wishes combined, not 3 each.
Okay.
3 wishes for the Continental Football League and the Toros for the offseason, since the season ends after the Tall City and Syndicate game on this weekend. You want to go first or second?
I'll go second. You're the young genie. You're going to pop out first. I'm going to wait and see what you say.
Find a commissioner that is a leader.
Ooh.
Find a commissioner that is a leader. Not one that has great ideas. Because we all can come up with great ideas. You need to find one that can execute as a leader. I know Josh pays our bills, but someone like Josh, Mike Rapoli. Mike Rapoli I know he's hated by the people in San Antonio, and I understand it 100%. But at the end of the day, Mike Rapoli is leading the UFL. They seem like they're in. Obviously, they're much better standing than the Continental Football League, but it seems like there's some stability there.
Yeah.
Is it ideal and perfect and all that? No, he admits it. It's not. He admits it on social media. He harasses the Stallion fans to get them more butts in the seats, all that. But Mike, you need a leader that's going to take this league and be a part of all the franchises.
Yeah.
Not just a select few, not just sit in your bat cave, like actually go out there into the streets of Gotham and get, pardon my language, shit done. Like get it done. And I just think the league lacked that. And I know I'm going to get some heat because obviously we work with the league, but I'm not tied completely into the league. I don't know anything that's going on. I read the same stuff everyone else does on Twitter and James Larson articles. Like that's how I get my news outside Josh sending us some stats. That's really it. Obviously, we haven't even talked to Jerry Glanville. Josh still owes us that interview.
Oh yeah,
right. Like we are part of the Toro Talk, but we're not tied into the league. So my number one wish for us as the conjoined twins, genies, that would be a sight to see, man. Me and you conjoined.
Oh God. Yeah.
I'm sorry, but would to find a leader for this league that will put this league first and be able to lead all organizations, not just one.
That would be the first wish granted, because I think that my wish would not come true under any circumstance, genie or not, without your wish being granted. So I would grant that, or hopefully it'd be granted. I'm going to say, this is going to sound harsh, 5 owners. And when I say owner, I don't mean somebody that can scrape together enough to buy the logo and rights to the franchise. I mean people that are going to make the commitment to really make this a professional football league, because guess what? You have a template. The Toros showed that it could be done. Give credit to Tall City Black Gold. They did a lot of really good things, and so did the Texas Syndicate. Okay. So, I mean, we knew it was going to be rocky coming into the season. There were going to be some swings and misses and whatnot. There were a few more than any of us would have liked. But I really think that the due diligence before getting people involved in the league, we really need to be out in front of that right now, because, I think when you sort of look at that condensed time frame to get teams ready, that hurt us a bit. I think it hurt with attendance. I think it hurt with some of the promotion of the league, which kind of plays back in a little bit to what you're talking about. But we had this narrow window to cram everything in to go have a successful season. And it was a Herculean lift. And unless you worked your you-know-what off, like our team did, our guys, you weren't going to make it. So let's grant that wish of a new commissioner, and then let's grant that new commissioner can do his due diligence and find 5 motivated owners that can follow the template that the Toros set forth, that are willing to put in the effort for the betterment of the league, not just come out of a semi-pro and call yourself a pro team and go out there, wearing hand-me-downs. Let's make a go at this, or don't do it.
Fair enough. This might be a hot take here. You talk about finding 5. You said 5 more owners, so 8 teams.
Yeah.
I would leave the league at 6 teams. Keep them
All in
the South.
Texas?
I wouldn't put them all in Texas. I would reach into Louisiana, Tennessee, that kind of stuff. Start climbing north and east. Arkansas, Little Rock. Just start extending the map. You have a strong foothold. I think you have 3 good franchises here. I think the Toros are a class by themselves, but I think Tall City's always been my second favorite team. The Syndicate has always been the rival, so I'm not rooting for them. But you have 3 franchises there that they made it through a whole season.
Yeah.
Extend that into Arkansas. Get a team in Little Rock, right? Go to Bentonville. Go get some Walmart money, right? Go climbing up in Tennessee. I know you had the Hornets there. I'm not talking them. I'm saying go find an owner. There's people. I could think of. So I covered the Showboats, right, last year.
Yeah.
I could tell you that there is a solid enough group in Memphis. They just got to find a home. The Liberty Bowl was not the solution, but find that there are people that they still are an active Facebook group. The Showboat Yacht Club, like they're still an active. Like they will embrace it. You start creeping up towards your way, right?
Yeah.
And the 12th franchise will be the Hershey Dairyman. And you just keep going up. But
everybody,
you start at 6, right? So you play everyone twice, 10 games.
Listen, I didn't think of it that way, but that's a good idea. And so maybe that's the next logical piece of it. If you did go to 6, you're still increasing your total number of teams. You're doubling it. So now you're up to 6. And if you could get them located enough where it's an overnight, but could still, like if you were from San Antonio, Tennessee, let's face it, that's a bus ride and an overnight and back. Yeah. But if you could make it where it still stays a bus league that keep your expenses down, you may be onto something there, Brian.
Or you go 6 Texas and 6. I'm sorry, I'm coming back. I got the Dominican cold coming back to the States.
I don't even know what you did down there. I don't want to know.
Yeah, no one knows. I don't even know. You have 6 teams, and then you have 3 that are outside of Texas, right?
Yeah.
And you play everyone, so you got 5, and then you play your division rival the second time, so that's 7 games. Then the winner of 7 games.
Yeah.
You don't even need a divisional playoff. The champ from that meet. Come up with the tiebreaker system. If you want to do BCS, I don't care what you want to do.
Yeah.
Be stable and have a leader that's willing to make a decision and to support all franchises.
Yeah.
You have models here, even on a smaller scale with the Syndicate in the Tall City. They made it a year. They're looking to next year. Yeah. You don't have to have. We would all love to be the San Antonio. San Antonio is a huge market. Like let's be real. Like when you compare it to Midland, Texas, San Antonio is a lot bigger.
So which can be a curse too, though. But it can also be a curse because you're fighting for the attention.
You are fighting for the attention, but at the same time, you also have South Texas Spine and Surgical Hospital. You have more opportunities to build business relationships. I'm not saying there's no business in Midland, but it's not San Antonio. Right. Let's just be real. There's a professional basketball team there. Like it's at a different level than Midland. Right. Midland has AA baseball. So you start creeping up that way. If you get into Memphis, now you're looking at FedEx. You're looking up that kind of stuff. You get into Arkansas, you're looking at Walmart. You're looking at I just feel like, and then you start creeping up to the Northeast, and you can end up in the Pennsylvanias and the Ohios and the Marylands that would support a league. But right now, the strength is in Texas, so just build off the strength. You don't have to. I know I keep saying the Toros hit home runs, but you don't have to hit a home run with this and spread the map. You don't have to have a team in Seattle and Orlando and LA and in Maine. You don't need all that. Just build it slow by slow and find solid owners. I can tell you right now, I give you a name right now, and he might watch. Bill Alexander. He's in Memphis. He was in charge of the yacht club. I bet you he can go find people and put people in place to organize in the city of Memphis.
Wow. Well, you might be onto something. Seriously.
But I'm saying there's people all the way through, and
Yeah.
that's my whole thing. Like, you don't need to conquer the map right now. Just
Right.
survive and then continue to build.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good point. So we granted 2 wishes. What would wish 3 be? I have mine.
You can go. I guess we're doing 4 wishes. You can go.
You sure?
Yeah.
I wish that the San Antonio fans in year 2 will show up for a lot of these games. I'd like to
Coming
see
in
us
hot.
average about 3,000 a game for starters. I
Yeah.
think when you look at the quality of the product that we rolled out, it was definitely worth $10-15 to go over and support this team and watch them. And I'm going to give our fan base a mulligan from the standpoint that there wasn't a lot of lead time between when the team was founded and when the season started. So a lot of the infrastructure you needed around sort of the ticket push and promotion and those types of things, it wasn't there. It's too tight of a window. You
Yeah.
could almost make the argument maybe 2027 would have been a better year to kick off. But hey, we did it. We did it. But next year, I want more fans to show up and support this team. I think they've earned it. And you know, let's face it. I mean, it's an expensive venture to run a football team. We're not getting a lot of TV money. So we're kind of old school. We rely on the gate. We rely on sponsorships. We rely on merchandise sales. But the gate is huge. And, you know, we need more fans to show up and support this team.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Now you're making me scratching for a 4th wish here. A 4th wish.
I take your wish.
Yeah.
Mm.
My 4th wish would be that I get to do another season of Toro Talk with Alex Allman.
Let's move that to the top.
Yeah, there you go.
I'll rub my mic.
If you have a wish, leave a comment below. If you want Alex to grow a few more hair back.
And don't write that they wish that we'd shut the hell up. I could see that, can't you?
Brian, shut the hell up.
No,
well, I think if we can get those 3 wishes, I think this league wouldn't be in a better place. I think we could talk about. Okay, here's my 4th wish. I forgot. I'm sorry. I told you I was under the weather. There needs to be a league-centered scouting service.
Yeah.
In the sense that they can attract, because there's a complete different level of roster when you look at the depth of the Toros compared to the other teams. And I'm not criticizing Tall City because I think they had a lot of talent. I think the Syndicate had a bunch of talent.
Yeah.
I'm not criticizing them all. I think Ohio Valley had some before they fell apart. I think Michigan was getting a roster together until those wheels fell off. I think Fort Worth did a little bit too. Not a ton. And Fort Worth is probably the bottom of that. But I think there was a difference in the roster. You saw it on the field, right? It was 51-0, right? Like Toros were able to, and I think that if you get that quality of roster all the way through, I think your butts and seats help.
Right.
Because when you're winning 51-0 in week 1, you're like, that's a joke of a game.
Yeah.
Like that's not good for the league. Like the league needed the 40-29 game more than a 51-0 game. Once in a while, that's fine. But when you give up 6 points the entire year per game, that's not good for the league. You're never going to get the butts in the seats. You're never going to get financial stable owners because you got one team that's dominating.
Yeah.
It's like watching French soccer, right? Like Paris is owned by, I believe, the Prince of United Arab Emirates, right? Tons of money, government money, just pouring into that program. And you compare it to other teams, other local clubs in soccer, like it's a one-team league. That's all it is. Like you're talking about who's finishing for second more than you talk about the champ. Yeah. And I think you need a race. Like one good thing that the UFL did, that playoff race was absolutely crazy right down to the last week.
Yeah.
And you didn't know there were tiebreaker scenarios that it could have gone any way.
Yeah.
We need that competition in this Continental Football League.
Right. I think that probably, in hindsight, probably move your 2 wishes ahead of my 2 wishes, only from the standpoint that if you don't get your 2 wishes in place, mine will never come to pass. Think about it. You're right. You hit it with the scouting services. You want more parity in the league. That goes without saying, And I mean, there are a lot of people pulling for, when Tall City cut the thing to 31-14. I mean, you could see a lot of people that were in the chat and everybody wanted to see a game, so I'm with you on that. So I think we came up with 4 good wishes.
There we go. The conjoined twins, they'll be back this offseason. We're going to take a week or 2 off here. We're going to try to collect our thoughts a little bit more and see where this league is going. Obviously, we'll keep our finger on the pulse of the San Antonio Toros and this league. This is the home of Ed. This is the only show for the entire league. Yeah. I know it's a Toro-centric show, but our goal in this offseason is to be the heartbeat of the entire league.
Absolutely.
We didn't even discuss this, Alex. I just threw that at you. You just committed yourself. You just on air agreed to have to deal with me until this league returns.
I'd love it. The thing about it is, and we'll have guests in the off season, probably some coaches, some players, maybe some opposing coaches. You never know, because I'd like to get their take on some of the things that we've said too, and kind of understand what their experience with the Continental League was like. But there'll be a lot to cover in the off season. We'll take a few weeks off. We'll enjoy. I'll just go ahead and say it. Our Continental Football League championship, and we'll be back.
Ring me.
All
right, Alex, bring us home.
Let's do it. Hey, it's been a great season. Brian had a lot of fun, and congratulations to the Toros running the table. And until our next visit, so long, everybody.